10 months into a global pandemic, and hopefully you have something to show for it. We have started certain things, and we're going to be talking about that today on the UIC show.
Hey, welcome to the UIC show. We're all about training up next generation leaders. And today on this episode specifically, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into what's happened in the last 10 months during COVID. Things that we've started, traditions, ways that we're getting through life. So we're just going to kind of have more of a kind of a roundtable discussion a little bit, I think, and come up with a couple of things that we've started specifically during this COVID time that may or may not continue into next year. But right now, we're just kind of recapping what's happened in 2019 during COVID. So
that's right, and we have got some things collectively. The big one, obviously, is we started a...
Don't say number one yet.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it.
Why not?
Oh, okay, sorry. Because I wanted to build it up. These are some lesser things that we've started.
You want to
end
with
more
number
and more
one?
important. Yeah, I wanted to get. I want there to be like a build.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, we didn't talk about this ahead of time. Obviously,
we did not.
So this is a much less structured episode.
But ananyway, we've got
Tony's not writing this one. Tony, we need you. What?
Brent's just winging it. Someone rescue us.
mouth vomit just coming out. Words.
We've got 10 things between the four of us that we have started as individually or as a group. We'll see.
I feel like more are just going to come up too as we go on.
I'm sure.
I'm sure we have common ones.
25.
Yeah.
We'll start with 10 and maybe we'll get to 25.
Yeah, who knows?
But to get us started, I'll start with number 10.
Sure.
I started driving stick shift this year.
Hey, look at you, a real man.
So, yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
So now I can.
Too bad the concept of man is in flux this year, but at least we know. Yeah, right.
Now I can hold my man card and not worry about it. So.
I don't drive stick. I'm still confidently
not a
10 man.
Yeah. Here I am wearing my pink sweater, not driving stick.
Right.
That's number 10. Let's
good
move it
looking guy.
around the circle. Joemel,
Number
what
10.
about number 9?
Okay, so we're starting with the less serious stuff, right?
Sure.
I would.
I mean,
Yeah, okay,
most
number
of mine
9.
aren't very serious, so.
I have gotten really into fishing since this pandemic. Because obviously there's not as many sports that we can do. I'll still shoot around, shoot hoops. To be specific when I'm shooting. But one hobby, right? Very, what's the word? COVID safe.
Nice.
I fished before, as a little kid with my dad, but then I randomly just got back into it.
I like
and
it.
My wife could tell you it's an unhealthy addiction. I watch way too many YouTube videos.
What's the biggest catch so far?
Oh, you guys want to hear a short story about
Let's hear
this?
it.
Bring it.
So I've been fishing, at least once a week, and I've been really hoping and praying for that one big monster catch, right? Like a shark. And every time I go, I throw one rod out, just hoping with a big fat chunk of meat on it, hoping it's gonna get that big boy, right? Mm-hmm. So we go out one day, and I bring the whole church, youth group and some young adults to the pier, just kind of have a little church activity out of it. And then I leave the rods. I set up rods for the kids, and I tell my wife, hey, I'm gonna go try fishing off of those rocks for 5 minutes. If one of those little bells ring, go ahead and pull it up. Because they've been pulling up small little mackerel the whole day. And I was like, if any of them ring. And then so I go to the rocks, I start fishing. 3-4 minutes later, I get a call from my wife. And she says, babe, the big one's going off. And I think there's a stingray on the other end. I need your help. So I'm
Wow.
Whatever, I'll go check it out. I go in. My wife pulled in a shovel-nosed shark
Oh, my
on my rod, this big. And there's a picture on my Facebook. Here it is right now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And
Wowee.
my wife got to experience the thrill. I mean, people say, oh, technically you caught it, it's your, but I wanted to pull it in.
Right.
At the moment, I was trying to be a really good Christian about it. And I was like, well, we're one flesh, what our experiences are shared.
It's
I'm
our
happy.
fish.
That's my goal.
I was just I'm happy for you. I don't care. We're all a team. But as soon as we got home, I'm like, why didn't you let me do it? I was like, that was the one that I wanted to pull up. I didn't mean that rod. You know what I mean?
Took away my joy.
I know. But so I'm still hoping to experience my own shark.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the biggest thing we caught.
Your own shark will come.
Yeah, someday.
Alrighty, 10, 9, 8. Jesse, what do you got?
8. I would say for 8 would be, I started exercising a lot this year.
All right.
Oddly enough. So
I haven't.
Yeah. I think the opposite is true.
Fishing is
of
the
us
opposite
three.
of exercise.
The opposite is true for
The
for people.
unexercised.
But it all just started just doing a lot of backyard works
Good.
in Brent's backyard because
Your backyard.
My front yard, Brent's backyard.
I was about to say, I don't know if the average viewer like knows your living situation, so that might just confuse people.
Apparently, he
Like-
just lives in a tent in
Yeah.
my backyard.
No, I rent out Brent's back house, but so just started doing some backyard workouts and trying to be intentional with the extra time I had, and
Nice.
winded up exercising. Then when the gyms opened, started going there. Then they closed again, so I was back at home, and they opened, and then they closed, and so it's just been a teeter-totter back and forth. But
For sure.
it's been really cool to see me be more intentional, not just about exercise, but my health and the food I'm eating, and so I've felt in better shape this year than I have in probably like 3 years.
All right.
awesome.
I like it. Nice.
Cool.
Number 7, Brent.
Well, I guess we're on number 7, but I'm just going to kind of echo his sentiment because I also have started working out.
Oh.
And by working out, it means that I went with Jesse one time to the gym and I bought a gym membership. And the next week, it shut down because of COVID. So they actually sent me back my startup money to
That's
actually
nice.
whatever. And then they opened up again. And so then they started charging me for like 1 or 2 months. And then they shut down again.
then they sent it back?
And so, yeah, so I don't even know if I really officially have a membership. I went and worked out once with Jesse. Most of the time was filling out paperwork to actually have a gym membership. So anyway, I also can say I got healthy
started,
during this time.
you
Yeah.
I got a gym membership.
Gym membership.
It's like most
During
people's
COVID.
New Year's resolution.
Right.
That's as far as they go.
I just did it before.
I got a membership.
I did it before my New Year's resolution. So it'll make my next
man.
year's New Year's resolution
To
easier
go to the gym.
to keep my membership active.
All right.
Yeah, and I can imagine just Brent having that tone every time he gets like the notification, like the gym shut down. Oh no!
no. Are you
I
gonna-
was gonna go like 4 times next week.
Are you going to mail me my money back? Great. I'm going to Starbucks. I just got to find
Okay,
one that's
I'm over
open.
it.
I'm going to get some wings.
Well, my real one was like less. You guys all went serious. Like we're at this like at the bottom part, and you guys all went like big. Like,
don't
like
Stick shift
learn-
isn't very
learned how to
serious.
drive. You know, like picked up a new hobby for life purpose and enjoyment. Got the most healthy I've ever been in my life. Eating right, exercising right, reading right, whatever. And I was like, I picked up some mask fashion. So
Oh.
I've never ever like tried to accessorize what I'm wearing, but I've got my Star Wars masks. It's
true.
I've got like the full body wrap, like the face wrap one. We got these stylish UIC ones.
Those are nice.
Look really nice. So I was gonna say like never has something so ridiculous become such a fashion statement that you can tell people instantly who are cat people because they got the little kitty cats and dog people are like you can learn a lot by how people accessorize with their mask.
I mean,
try
other
to make it
cultures,
chic.
like in other cultures, it's been a fashion thing for like a long time.
Right?
That's true.
So
It's been part of their outfits, whatever. So
funny.
pretty interesting.
Like speaking of like starting new hobbies, like over the pandemic, my mom got into making masks.
Oh.
Which has been pretty
Yeah.
cool, except for the fact that all the masks that she makes for me and my sister are made out of like our childhood clothes
Oh.
and like pillowcases and like blankets.
Oh,
So there's
my.
like one mask that I wear and I'm like, Mom, like I like peed my pants when I like slept on this bed sheet. Like I was a little kid. Like why do we still have this? And 2, why are you sewing this or something that we put on our
Making it
face?
into a
Joemel,
mask.
I am retracting all the orders that I put in for you for a set
My
of
mom's
masks.
masks.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
sending
want
12
Christmas
your
gifts.
way right now.
I was sending Christmas masks to all my friends made out of something that I didn't realize Joemel
My
had
mom's yeah.
probably like snuggled in when he was an infant.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
so most
Oh,
of my
wow.
masks I at one point slept on.
Or in.
Yeah, we're in.
It was his binky, his blanket, his Linus. All right.
All right, number 6. I since Brent got to, I'm going to say 2. I became a Colts fan. There was a team in San Diego, no longer here.
Don't matter.
It's the team we don't mention.
But also the
like
real
Voldemort.
the real one I was going to mention. I had to sneak that one in. I started drum lessons. I've only had one student, but I did start teaching the drums. So
I
super
thought-
fun.
dude.
I thought you were like taking lessons.
No.
No,
Teaching.
Chris
Chris
like-
is our
it's like-
drummer.
he's our-
I know he's a
EG.
drummer, but I just thought he was like taking
No,
like
I thought so,
advanced,
too.
like next level, like I'm gonna brush up on my drum game.
I want to join Metallica. You know.
No biggie.
I think they're old.
Well,
Show the picture of Metallica as they look now here.
and then edit Chris into that picture.
and put our faces in there, like
all of our faces were Metallica.
I feel like if
matters.
anyone here looks like they could be in Metallica, it's definitely Brent.
nothing
Oh,
else
yeah.
matters.
Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
we edit Brent into Metallica right now, he would just
Nobody would
He
know.
would just like, oh, that's another member that we forgot about.
Oh man.
It's me.
Nice.
Alrighty, number 5, Joemel.
Back to me. All right, number 5. So again, I'm not bragging. I don't think I'm a good video editor, but I learned how to video edit here at UIC by necessity. So that was one of those like necessity hobbies, and it's become like my part-time job.
Nice.
Because between here and church and youth, like I've just been making movies and videos
all over the place.
nonstop. And honestly, it's a cool skill to have. Like next to fishing, I feel like video making is much more essential, especially in this digital age. And I bought the software, like I bought a new computer, like all since the pandemic started. Thank you, stimulus check. And it's all been. It's not a political statement.
I'm just looking at Brent's response.
Just for the record.
I haven't got either one of my stimulus checks, so I'm not.
You want to know what's
happy.
funny? I just got my tax return 2 days ago.
Wow.
What?
My stimulus check came in right away. My tax return came in 2 days ago.
I was hoping to get my tax return
You need to
quick,
have your
so
mom
I
do
filled
it.
it out like right when I got my tax forms.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it until like the end of August. So yeah, they're way behind.
I don't know. I think I might have the record for the longest that it's ever taken.
When did you fill yours
That's
out?
pretty wild.
Oh, you haven't gotten yours yet?
Bro, I've been waiting for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm in dispute.
That's
I
not
think
even,
you didn't do yours right.
That's not even COVID related.
I'm in dispute with the IRS, and we keep calling them. The last time that my wife called the IRS, literally because of COVID, the entire IRS
Shut
department
down.
had been shut down.
Yep.
And so they were doing remote calls to individuals in their front house, in their house. And so my wife was like, "We've been literally waiting for 6 months for this. We can't get our stimulus check. We can't do anything because we have to get our tax from a couple years cleared up. And we're trying to actually pay them some money, but we're waiting until everything gets good." And the guy's like said, "Look, I understand you guys are frustrated, but I am literally sipping coffee,
In my
sitting
house.
on my couch in my pajamas, and I am your IRS representative right now. The offices are closed." And I was like,
I
Great.
appreciate his honesty.
right? Well, he was just trying to get out from underneath it because we've
Of course.
been waiting for 6 months for a response. We've been mailing stuff back and forth.
crazy.
And so anyway, it's been a crazy thing for us. So anyway, that's why Jesse knew I was like grimacing
Yep.
because my stimulus check is never coming.
I thought he was just jealous that I got to buy something cool.
Jesse was able to too. All the people around me, all my friends.
Well, I didn't buy anything cool. I just paid Sally Mae back. So
Pay
that's my
back
sneaking one. My sneaking one is I paid off
there
all
you
my
go.
debt.
all my debt.
Bro,
So-
you can say that next.
The
No,
fact
you
that
know
you
that,
reference a name makes you sound like a bounty hunter.
Right, yeah.
Like I got to pay back Frank.
I paid off Charles
Billy.
Schwab.
Yeah.
Sally Mae doesn't sound like a really hard bounty to bring back in.
Sally Mae sounds like a tough woman. I'd be more afraid of Sally Mae than Frank, to be honest. Sally Mae sounds like a scary woman to owe money to.
Every college student owes except
Is Sally Mae
Biden.
just a person?
it's your loans.
No,
it's your
it's your
school
student
loans.
loans.
It's your student
Oh.
loans.
Yeah.
Is that a term that
Yes.
is commonly used?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm dumb. I went to Bible college. We weren't allowed to take out student loans.
No, that was probably like Sarah Rebecca.
Like Sally Mae, it just sounds like some tough Southern like.
There was a law. There was a law that was passed. Kind of like the housing ones. They're like
Yeah.
what? Franny
Mac.
Franny Mac. Yeah.
That sounds like a scary name too. I don't want to owe money to Franny Mac or Sally
Pay
Mae.
Franny Mac back.
If you have a house, then you have a loan that's in that category.
Okay, so like this just sounds like an elderly Southern woman that will send someone to beat you up if you don't pay your money.
Good thing the Mandalorian started during COVID.
That's right.
No.
Let's
It
say
started last year.
Season 2.
2019.
Season 2 did.
Season two.
Yeah.
Season 2 really
Doesn't
went up.
count.
The redemption of Star Wars happened in 2020.
The redemption of it started in 19, but it's
So this is number 4.
Yeah,
correct?
number 4.
Okay, number 4. The real one.
Not the
I started
fake
reading. No, not the fake one. But I started reading a lot this year.
one. Nice.
And so I think I read by the end of the year it would have been a book every other month, which is really good for me because I read one book in all of high school, and it was
Oh,
the
wow.
shortest book that we had to read. It was like 100 pages.
I like green
So-
eggs and ham.
No, it was The Great Gatsby.
Okay,
That's a little bit more
I
cerebral.
was gonna guess like 19.
A
Was it
little
like
bit more.
1985.
1984.
1984.
Yeah.
1985. That was the next one that never made
That
it.
was-
That was the sequel that
Never
never
went
came
even-
out.
We read that in junior year, and I
Or Animal
spark
Farm.
noted it all.
Nice.
So they read it in junior high.
They read
or
it in junior.
year.
They read it junior year.
And you
Mr. V, if you're
sparked
watching
noted
this, I'm sorry. I never read the book.
He's probably
Please
not
like
watching
and
this.
subscribe. Ring that bell.
But I read only one book in all of high school, and so to read 6 books this year was like
That's
a
awesome.
huge accomplishment for me.
Nice. Very
So-
good.
I like how
very good.
Jesse's are about physical and mental health, and ours are like, I got a cool new computer.
I found a new wing spot.
I got a truck.
Have you guys heard of Boss Fries?
Shout out. Yes, you can sponsor us. We eat them every week.
That's right. Alrighty. Number 3, Brent.
Oh, that's up to me?
That's you.
Okay.
Reading.
Well, I think reading. I learned how to
That was his
read.
reading. Oh, yeah.
I think I had a couple, but since I only get one because we're gonna wind down here, I'm gonna go ahead and combine these. So
All right, do it.
I think that I was more intentional about who I hung out with, and so it made
kinda had to.
made me value friendships because in times past I wasn't looking to like try to find something to do with somebody out in public because life was just happening and life was busy. But I had enough time to think this week I want to spend time with one or two persons. So I think I've had more face-to-face interactions with people like over meals, socially distanced, outside, of course safe, but or in people's backyards. Also, my backyard was I had made it for an entertainment space, and I think I've used my backyard outdoors for socially distanced. Bible studies and gatherings, that sort of thing, more than any other time. My backyard has been utilized.
Awesome.
I filled more propane tanks, so we had some heat around there. So I think that for me is like a huge thing that I want to keep going forward with. Being intentional about once a week, spending time with somebody on purpose, and not just count that I'm going to see them at church. And I think that sometimes in the church community, we substitute seeing somebody and thinking that we have a relationship with somebody, but how much can you really get to know somebody at church in a 2-hour window while you're sitting listening to somebody else teach the Bible? Like, that's not really a very social or communal time, even though that we're doing it in community, like singing together. Obviously, that's like all part of that feeling, but it's really made me value those friendships. And I think the 3 or 4 people that I've got a chance to do life with this year was much more scheduled and intentional.
That's good.
Even with my family, like, knowing that I couldn't spend time outside my family, like I've done my best to be able to spend time with my family. But my parents are older, and so like, what happens when you can't go see them? Like, how do you negotiate that? So COVID has taught me a lot about those things in relationship that I hope that I will keep those good parts of that and take that towards the post-COVID era. But we're not there
really
yet.
good.
But, yeah.
Nice. Well, for number 2, I started the Nora Lee show.
That's cute.
So part of the UIC show.
Franny Mae and Tony Mac.
Tony Mac.
Tony Mac, will you say that
Franny
right?
Mae and Tony Mac.
Part of the UIC
Nora
show,
Lee.
I've dabbled a tiny bit in the editing and some other UIC stuff, but
I've taught Chris Phil Mora.
That's right, yeah. So it's been fun because we've been able to hang out as a family, and we did a little staycation, and so I was recording stuff, then put it into a little thing. So we got 4 episodes up on YouTube, so that's been fun to be able to spend more like intentional time with family. And then also be able to send it out to family, because like I can tell my family about what we did, but then now because of technology, what you've got, in times past, you would only be able to say, oh, this is what we did, or you write it down or whatever. But you can actually show like this
Here's
is exactly
what we did.
what we did.
Yeah. That's good.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Monetizing off of your children.
It's unlisted currently.
Okay,
So.
I was about to say, if the Nora Lee show, it's probably going to get more views
It
than
would
the
probably
UIC
get
show.
more views than this show.
Unless you like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
That's right.
That's on y'all.
Then the Nora Lee show
Hey,
won't have
our
more.
11 people, you know who you are.
Chris
and
is
we
here
do too.
competing with his daughter. Like, oh yeah, we'll see next episode. We
Hey,
got Star Wars Part 3 coming.
I mean, it's unlisted, and we did get 41 views for the last episode. So I mean,
Are you serious?
no,
Nora Lee show?
for the Nora Lee show.
Oh, I was all excited.
It's
I was
already
like,
beating
I was
us.
like, we've crossed over. And then he just stabs us.
Oh my goodness.
But I don't know that it would go much further than that because it's family. So,
You have 41 relatives?
well, friends
Yeah.
too. Some friends.
So how come your relatives aren't watching our show?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My
How
mom,
come
my
your
mom is definitely
my mom's
watching.
my mom's
Well, maybe
watching the
she's
show.
not.
My mom doesn't like this show.
My nieces,
My mom
my
doesn't
nieces
know.
I started talking to last week, and when my mom was learning about what a podcast was, and so like my niece went and got her phone and they pulled it up and they're like, "Oh,
This
see,
is
look,
it."
this is how we find Brent or whatever." And then she looked at me and I asked a question. I said, "Hey, maybe we can come have you on the show. Like we'll do like a college episode because they're both, in college and trying to figure out how do you deal with like high school, college stuff, or whatever in COVID." And so then she said,
Well, thanks.
I said, "This is a very college thing to do." She's like, "Yeah, you're more college than me." I was like, "Is that a underhanded, whatever?"
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
Jinx.
jinx again.
Yell me a soda.
So anyway, but I think that we could get to a place that's good family, intentional
awesome.
interaction, and letting people kind of follow people's journey. So I think that's been really good during this time.
So number one. What's number
Number
one?
one.
Who's got it?
Number one, I guess
Did you-
technically it's up to me, but
Did you guys have
I
any
think-
runner-ups?
Runner-ups to number one.
I'm having a baby.
No.
Whoa!
He just
That might
dropped
be number one.
Yeah, but that's not our number one. That was a runner. That went below fishing.
No, that's number one for us. I mean, it wasn't on all of our lists corporately.
That's
that was
fair.
on your list, but that's
Yeah.
a huge
That was
number
your
one.
number one.
Yeah,
Way
that's,
cool.
Number one.
Yeah. it's
How
pretty-
how long? Like what's?
By the time this episode comes out, hopefully it's public. I'm going to be in real big trouble if it's not
it's not.
public.
Hey,
and
you're
this
the editor.
episode
You're the
is one
editor.
where
You
it
can
goes
make this
public.
go away.
I know, that's true. But by the time this comes out, we're about like 15, 16 weeks.
Oh,
So yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
obviously
Super
it's been
cool.
a secret for a while.
Pre-congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Life begins at conception, so
That's true.
Congratulations.
That's
congratulations.
now we're political.
Oh, great.
That's biblical.
Demonetized.
I
We
understand.
get biblical. We don't get
Hey,
political.
I'm with you, bro. I'm just saying.
Amen.
I don't know about our 11 viewers.
Well, then we're gonna get that one dislike from someone who's like, "Oh, I follow Youth Pastor podcast. but I
Everything
don't
was
agree
good
with that
until
statement."
then.
I was okay with the theologian draft, but that whole life begins at conception statement.
I'm out now.
Unfollow. We're at 4 subscribers.
I was struggling with the movie title "Naughty Boyfriend" from the last episode, but now that's the one that gets the dislike. Okay.
Oh, man.
That's fair. But what's our real number one, Chris?
Brent, go ahead.
Hey, man. Drum roll. We started this show.
That's right.
Yep, that's the number one.
USC show.
Much higher than having a baby.
No. Just
Not at all.
corporately, we're all involved here,
I like how you snuck that 1A in, though. It was
right?
good.
Yeah, 1A.
That was a mic
Runner-up.
drop. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I was like, how do I? Because in my head,
how do I sneak this
You
in?
can probably see me thinking like, what's a good time to mention this? So I just abruptly, I'm having a baby.
He just threw it there while we're all talking, and we're
like
like,
monotone.
What?
I'm having a baby.
Oh, man. Well, we like to be silly. We like to be serious when it calls for it, too. Yeah, we here at UIC, like we said in the beginning, we're all about building next generation leaders. We've got a year-end letter we want you to check out. The link will be in the description. It's on our website, uic.org. Make sure you check it out. The work that we do, we can only do it if people donate to our ministry. So you got to jump on our team, donate, so that we can do more work, so we can reach more students. And so, yeah, we're so glad you're here. And anything else, Brent, before we sign this off?
I was just gonna say for you watching this, maybe take some reflection time. Like we talk about stuff here, and it's funny because we all know each other, and we've been kind of doing life together. I mean, you guys, I've probably seen you guys more than any other
Anybody.
time during this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I've
of
seen
this,
you guys intentionally every week. So I think that I've really gone deeper, like knowing you and hearing your stories and humor and us going through some stuff. So my challenge is for you. Like, who are the 2 or 3 people that during this time you've been going deeper with and getting to know?
That's good.
Because if you're just isolated, staying at home for safety reasons, totally understand, get it. But do not miss this opportunity to go deeper with a couple of good relationships that you don't normally have time to develop.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just really say that I think that for me has been a huge takeaway for COVID-19, 2019, is that that you've got to work hard to get relationships to actually develop and to continue to grow into something different, and not just being stale over how you've known somebody for 10 years. And that's a great place to start. But I think that you could probably make an argument that spending time intentionally asking them Bible questions, what is God teaching you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you reading right now? Like hearing Jesse has been reading like something every week. He's always got something to talk about because he's been challenging his mind mentally and spiritually, so that those relationships are actually deepened and not just like sustained further down the path. Like, we're not just coasting here. So I hope that 2019, as weird as it's been, hasn't just been coasting.
2020.
Huh?
2020.
I keep on saying 2019.
We went
stuck
back
in the
Because it was
past.
COVID-19. I got thrown. Sorry. So, so edit it however you
It should
need
be
to.
called COVID-20.
We're going to have to rename it, but we don't want another.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
It's
hopefully
virus.
there's no COVID-20.
It's-
In the name
started-
of the Lord Jesus Christ, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, please no.
It started in 19. That's
Right?
why.
Yes, it did start in
Really?
19.
It did.
that why?
At the tail
Okay.
end of
In
19.
China, yeah.
I'm dumb because I thought there was like a COVID 1 through 18 that we didn't know about.
No.
No, there are other.
Well, there are other
numbers.
strains,
Yeah, there are
yeah.
other strains.
that
That's
makes
true
sense.
too.
This is
So
the
anyway,
19th strain.
Yeah.
No, I
This
didn't
is
know.
not a
it's
medical-
2019.
This is not a medical channel, so
Yeah.
please do not take any of that as fact.
We're
And
for
we don't
youth
wanna be-
pastors.
We don't want to be fake news, so we're just here.
Fake news.
Fake news.
We're
Oh,
just here to
yeah.
say Be intentional. Stay in the Word.
Amen.
Be with some people that are in the Word. Challenge each other. The Bible says, spur each other on to love and good deeds. And so I really
That's
hope
good.
that this has been a challenge for you to think outside the box. How do you
Yeah.
serve people? How do you serve the homeless community when you're not allowed to talk to them? How do you serve people in your neighborhood when you're not allowed to have block parties and see them? But we still need to find ways as the church to be the church. And so I hope that's been an encouragement for you. But anyway, that's for me.
Amen.
Yeah, I like
Anything,
that.
Joemel?
I like that perspective. I mean, as we review this end of the year, my wife said something really encouraging the other day, and she was like, COVID, it's been frustrating for a lot of people, but frustration is only as frustrating as you allow it to be. Frustration is still our choice, and we could choose to either just stand and be frustrated and just sit on our hands and just be mad at everything that's going on, or like you said, to be creative, to think outside the box, to be opportunistic and see all the opportunities that have arisen due to it, and I think I've talked a little bit about how our youth group has adjusted, and since we went outdoors, our youth group has grown, which has been super rad, and we've seen more souls get saved on our dirt lot,
Nice.
this year.
Then a youth room
exactly.
or like the things that are normal.
So, I mean, again,
good.
it's not, like one way over the other way. It's just being, I don't know, just opportunistic in
Yeah.
a good way, optimistic and opportunistic, and just it's our choice whether or not we're gonna be frustrated or seize the day, seize the
Amen.
opportunities.
Jesse, I've heard you say that this has been one of the best years of your life. Do you want to expound on that as just we
Are
close?
you having a baby too?
No, I'm not having a baby.
He
No,
is
I'm
not.
having
That
a
is
baby.
not a release. That is
There's
not
no
a-
ring on
that
the
is no
finger.
information.
No, yeah. Oddly enough, 2020 has been the best year. I could say the best year of my life, and it kind of has to do with having a similar mentality to what Joemel was describing. Just despite all that's going on, and I know people have had suffering and have losses, and I've lost loved ones in this time, but still being able to see, in spite of that, God's faithfulness throughout the year, and to continue to be faithful to Him despite things that were thrown my way. He's opened so many doors that would just not have been able to happen if it wasn't for this weird, strange time of COVID. And I've grown so much because I've been so intentional about the extra time I've had on my hands. Like, I've never had so much time on my hands besides like when I was in high school or middle school, but I was being dumb then. So slightly less dumb now. And so just making the most of those things, seizing the day, and trying to really listen to what God was trying to do with me in this season has allowed me to have the best year of my life. And so 2021's got some high expectations to meet if it's going to beat out 2020, but
That's cool.
it's been a great year.
Thank you. We're winding down. We got a minute left.
Yeah.
Who's closing out here?
You want to close it?
I guess so. I guess it's me. So, hey, we want to say thank you for spending this year with us and the show. And I hope that this has been challenging you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, hopefully some comedically. And so we really hope that these things have been like an encouragement to you. So if you want to check it out more about us or find out more about us, please like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell, let people know. Let's take what we've done this year and really launch it into next year where we can hopefully reach more people, encourage more people. Let's find more youth kids, more youth pastors, and let's kind of spread the community a little bit. And we want your ideas too, so please feel free to put that in there. UIC.org is our website, so please check us out. If you want to comment, say podcast, and you can please let us know what else we can do for you.
Amen. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and,
And Happy
happy
New
holidays.
Year's.
Whoa.
Yeah, New Year's,
Whoa.
bro. Hey, go watch the last episode.
You'll understand.
That's a wrap.
Cornbread.
Last cornbread of the year.
Gingerbread.
Dope-a-dee-dope-dope.
Whoa.
Gingerbread, next level.